Right, in today's video, we're going to be going over my best bow build. I was like testing this for like maybe 2 hours of just different bow builds and stuff. But I've come to this build here, which is pretty much, these are all maxed out, by the way, max weapons, max mutations, max armor, whatever. I'm going to use the Bard's bow purely because of the benefits you're going to get with mutations and stuff later on. Armor pieces, this build is pretty much the equivalent of the melee build with poison, bleed, damage over time, everything like that, but for bows. So if you're a bow player and you're not very much a melee player, but you still want to use that build, this is pretty much it. Mask of the Mullow Demon, down the sleek path, you get poison coating and venom coating on attacks. That's 2 debuffs, already amazing. The Moth Robe, again, gives you bleed on attacks, which is 3 debuffs just from that. And down the sleek path, it also gives you a jump style, which pretty much has it that you instantly restore some stamina, which can be really useful. Also, light armor. I wouldn't recommend using this armor in a single player session, realistically. Multiplayer players, this build is going to be fun for you. Also, using the Bard's bow gives you minor threat, which makes it enemies don't want to attack you, which in a multiplayer session, that means the bugs are less likely to attack you, so you're free at range. And for trinkets, I would recommend either the speed droplet or Thor's pendant, or any pendant that increases your damage. I would recommend using the speed droplet. I would just use the speed droplet for bonus speed. Realistically, like with Natural Explorer, if you attack an enemy, you stop getting your speed. Speed droplet, nah, you're still quite fast with it, so it's pretty much just get a jail free card. Now with mutations, sharpshooter, this can be substituted for something else if you're not using candy arrows, but in this video we'll be doing both, so we'll just keep this. Coup de Grace Trapper Peeper just for enhanced crit. Apex Predator, so we proc the Bard's bow special mutation thing, and then Bardic Inspiration, which pretty much makes it every time you attack you get a random buff for you and your allies, so it's pretty useful. Arrows we're going to use feather arrows, salt arrows for the Wasp Queen. Feather arrows just give you a, once you hit an enemy with it, you get a straightaway, just a very slow weak bleed, but any bleed helps. So you've already got 4 debuffs, by the way, by shooting. And then salt arrows doesn't give you the bleed effect, but it does pure salt damage. So it doesn't do stabbing damage, it's pure salt. So it's, if you're versing a stabbing enemy, resistant enemy, it's gonna be really good for you. So let's go ahead and show you the build. Also, if you want to increase this build's power, Spider Slide for crit chance. Boss Sauce, very hard to get, but if you have it, use it. Liquid Rage for attacking, and then max stamina and hyper stamina just for why not. So we're going to summon in the boss now. Here she is in all of her glory, and we're just going to start spraying attacks at her. Now the one thing you can get hit by is her stinging attack. You can't block it without a shield, so look how much damage we're doing already, and we only have 4 debuffs. We haven't even summoned in any of our wasps from our Apex Predator mutation. There we go, we got a wasp now, and if a wasp attacks, they can give you an extra bleed and poison as seen here. So you can have 6 to 7 debuffs at a single time on a single boss, which is quite insane. Now what you can also do is use salt arrows, which does more damage, but you're losing that one bleed, which isn't a lot, but if you just feel like using salt arrows you can, or any other elemental arrow. I just recommend using feather arrows just for that extra DOT. I mean, that's just what I use. And we've been fighting her for like maybe not even a minute, or maybe a minute and a half, and she's pretty quite low. Now it does get confusing when you're summoning in your own wasps versus her wasp, so just be careful about that one. We are destroying her. Keep in mind, you do need to kill the mantis and the wasp queen and the hedge broodmother to get this gear. Like, this will have a bit of preparation. Look what many debuffs we have on her just from shooting arrows at her. This is literally insane. Like, we are just melting her with our damage. It is insane. And this build can be good for any other boss. I wouldn't say it'd be good for the infected Brumal or any heavy hitting boss attacks and really quick ones, but if you can stay as far away as you can, that'd be the most ideal. And just like that, she's dead. Really quick and simple. Got hit maybe 3 or 4 times just because I'm stupid, but we survived. It's a pretty good bow. This build, I wouldn't recommend using crossbows just because you're shooting a lot less and you're not getting a lot of damage buffs as well, plus also just the mutation bonuses. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire build. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. Don't use it against any fast hitting bosses, because the second you attack you can't block for a while. So definitely a multiplayer based build. I'm not going to go too much in depth in this video. I'm not going to waste your time and do a 10-minute video. This is what I think, and if you guys disagree, you can disagree. Leave them down in the comments what you think about this build, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.